road to 2012. Hannity starts right now. And tonight on our Great American panel, he was an advisor on Jerry Brown's gubernatorial campaign. Democratic strategist, Fox News contributor Joe Trippi is back. He's an editor at dailycaller.com. Fox News contributor Tucker Carlson is here, and she's a former Virginia congressional candidate, Democratic strategist. Krystal also joined. See, Trippi, you needed some help, so we brought you some help.
Thank you.
You were complaining last time that there were too many conservatives against you.
This is good. This is good for me.
All right, now...
And progressives everywhere.
I hope I can help the cause.
Thank you.
All right, so I think it was on the From Forum that I'm obsessed with the Muslim Brotherhood. So what comes out today, let's see. Muslim Brotherhood to form political party in Egypt. Am I obsessed? Do they represent a real, clear, present danger that they may become the political leaders in Egypt?
I don't think so. Not from what I'm seeing from polling in Egypt. And granted, there isn't a lot of polling in Egypt. But what we've seen is about 15% of Egyptians have a favorable view of them at all. 4% only have a strongly favorable view.
Wait a minute, 85%, if we're going to look at all the polls here, 85% support Sharia law, and if you don't believe in Islam and you're an apostate, that you should receive the death penalty.
Is that from the Pew Research poll? Is
that was one of them,
no,
yeah.
First of all, you have to look.
Wait, hold on. The number, like, if you took a poll, if it were possible to take a poll in the fall of 1917 in Russia, I bet you would find a majority of Russians did not support the Bolsheviks. They won anyway. Why? Because they were the most organized. And so is the Muslim Brotherhood. So the chances that they take power, I would say, are high. Second, why is the American left bound and determined to defend and give the benefit of the doubt to the Muslim Brotherhood?
Okay, wait. No. Look, there's two things here. You can't have a democracy and then have not, we get to choose. No. People on the street are going to choose. People of Egypt.
Okay.
So they may not like what they choose, but they're going to choose. One more point. Come on, Sean, please.
All right, bro.
Okay, no.
Go ahead.
There's one other point. The point is, the only way to have a shot of them not I think, becoming sort of another revolution, another problem of trying to lead an Islamic revolution, is for them to be part of the democratic process and hopefully be rejected by the voters of Egypt.
They want an Islamic caliphate governed under Sharia law.
But they have. If you say we're going to exclude you, we're going to have an election, you can't have a party.
Can we just be really clear? Hold on.
Let's be clear here. The Muslim Brotherhood are not good people. This is the roots of al-Qaeda. I'm not saying that these are Boy Scouts. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is that there is absolutely no evidence that they are representative of the Egyptian people as a whole. And the Pew Research poll, it doesn't say that people want Sharia law. It says they want Islamic influence in politics. They want their faith
It doesn't matter what the Egyptian
my faith informs my politics.
It's like a classically, if I can say, naive and a very American way view of the rest of the world. It doesn't matter what the people want. It's who seizes power.
Let me tell you why you're wrong. Because if the Egyptian people believe that Islam should have a big part of their government, then they're more, and they think Sharia should, if 85% support it, an apostate should be murdered, and 54% say men and women should be segregated, and if you steal, you ought to have your arm chopped off, then that tells me what their proclivities are for voting.
Look, here's the point. The point of American politics is to help the United States to advance its interests abroad. It's not to bring democracy to the rest of the world. I know the Bush administration believed that. A lot of liberals believe that. That's not the point. The point is to help us. It's our foreign policy. So it's a very simple question. Is the Muslim Brotherhood's ascendancy to power good for us, or is it not?
There's also a lot of evidence, though, that democracies do not go to war with one another, which was at the
They're
foundation.
not going to be a democracy if Sharia law is in place. If you live under Sharia law, guess what? You're not going to be able to drive, go to school, run for office.
There's no evidence that the Muslim Brotherhood's taken over anything. And again,
you are so naive. You are living in a fantasy world. If you believe that.
By starting a party, they're taking over everything.
I am telling you right now, the odds-on favorite to rule Egypt is radicals. Period.
Well, no, the odds-on
February.
What?
Is the military.
A poll from a week ago in February asking who their top picks for presidential contenders were. 1% chose a leader from the Muslim.
So, but why should we stand back? Why should the U.S. stand back and say things like, whatever the Egyptian people want? We did that. Hamas came to power. I would have the United States attempt to
Hamas and Hezbollah.
Exactly. Under the Bush administration, let's be honest about it. The United States should, in any way it can, in my view, seek to influence the outcome of those elections.
We do.
To result in a way
all the time.
That is, I'm going to tell you the best thing we need to do.
We do it all the time.
We've got to help finance Israel's defenses, and we better back them when they need to strike against radical Islamic terrorist groups, because their goal is not just the destruction of Israel. Their goal is the destruction of the Western world.
True. That is true.
Radical Islamic extremists.
Don't disagree with that.
Well,
but what I will
you're
say,
right. No, I got to take a break. You can say when we get back. All right. Maybe we'll even give Trippy a chance. More with our great, great, great American panel coming up right after the break. And we continue now with our great American panel. All right, look, Michelle Obama's putting herself in the front lines. I try to stay away from presidential families and children. But she's going to tell us what food to eat. She's going to tell us what we can put in our school cafeterias. Now she's promoting breastfeeding as IRS gives tax breaks for nursing. We don't need a nanny state. I want to decide. Do you have any kids?
I do. I have one.
I want to tell my kids what they're going to eat and not eat. We'll tell our local school district what we want. We don't need the federal government getting involved in every aspect of our life. That's called the nanny caretaker state. Why are you laughing?
I'm a big supporter of her Let's Move initiative to combat childhood obesity. I think it's really important.
How about the parents stop feeding them all the food that they're eating? How's that?
That's what she's trying to encourage.
It's a lot. I think you're kind of missing the point, Sean, if I can say.
Help me out here.
It's a lot of time to make those kind of decisions. You're a busy man. Why would you want to raise your own kids?
You're right.
When Michelle Obama will do it for you.
You're right.
In fact, she'll do it at gunpoint. In fact, you don't really have a choice. Sean,
maybe the Obamas will take the kids to Reverend Wright's church. Maybe they'll introduce them to Bill Ayers.
Tuition. When she pays my kids' tuition, she can tell them what to have for dinner.
What?
Overweight kids all over the country. She's just raising the issue of
no, she's not.
She's bullying Walmart.
She's bullying.
What?
She is. Quarter of children obese. I mean, it's an epidemic. It requires serious.
Well, Walmart's not going to do anything that doesn't make them money.
Well, wait a second. Michelle, the president's wife, this unelected figure, who, by the way, is a Democratic fundraiser on the side, is sitting down with I think it's still the largest American employer now,
fundraiser,
and bullying them into selling certain products and not selling other products. So, I mean, that's legitimate. Well, we should at least be able to debate it.
Bullying them, or have they decided?
I don't know. The president's wife sits down.
Let me check this out. Do you ever go to Walmart, Kmart?
Walmart's always been bullied.
Did you ever go eat at Walmart or Kmart?
At Walmart?
Kmart, they have a cafeteria.
Walmart's got like McDonald's in them.
Good. Yeah. Do you like the food?
Huh? I don't try not to eat at McDonald's, although I've been guilty of it many, many times.
I love McDonald's. I eat McDonald's. Quarter pounders with cheese, Big Macs, French fries, and a shake. I love it.
You're killing me. I'm on a diet.
Well, too bad. To get over it, I'll go buy you a McDonald's. But my point is, I'm sick and tired. At what point in New York, if you want salt, you have to ask for a salt shaker. If you want to smoke a cigarette in a park, which I don't recommend, it's not good for you. But if you want, you can't even smoke in a park. Why do we need the government catering to every aspect of our life?
You're not smart enough to make wise decisions about your life, Sean.
I'm too stupid.
There are people whose job it is to decide what you want to put in your body. So just submit and let them make those decisions.
Can I get my own federal nurse?
I think you already have one.
I really like in New York how they have the calories listed on the menu. I actually really like that. It's informational. It's not saying you can't eat it.
What decisions do you think you're capable of making yourself?
Some information.
No, honestly.
When we have
it's hectoring. It's having mom say,
you can't have a Big
It's
Mac.
having Michelle Obama slap your hand as you put it in the bread basket.
When we have millions of diabetics roaming into the healthcare system and costing us all more premiums.
You want to talk about bringing medical costs down?
Let's have education. Let's promote healthier lifestyle.
Why let people eat?
They still get to make a choice whether they want to go to McDonald's or not.
You're saying, take your hand off.
Hey, Joe, we can't teach our kids to read and write. Do you really think?
Hectoring is millions of dollars of ads on TV.
Do you really believe the government's going to stop the kids from eating junk food? Good luck. It's not going to happen.
If you take the soda machines out of the school, that's a start.
No, they'll bring it in. They'll sneak it in their backpack, just like when they go to a dance, they sneak vodka in their backpack.
I'm not telling you who you can have sex with. I mean, we spend millions on sexually transmitted diseases. I'm serious.
No, the Republicans are the ones that want to tell you who you can have sex with.
Look, I don't see any Republican effort to restrict that. It's the Democrats who are in your face in your private life, and you know it.
Not true.
Why don't we just hand our kids over to the government when they're born and let them raise them?
No, we should let Coca-Cola and McDonald's keep preaching, eat, drink.
But God forbid if you tried to mention God in school or anything spiritual in school. Forget it.
McDonald's doesn't have guns.
I actually hadn't heard about the breastfeeding tax incentive.
Yeah, tax exempt, but we're out of time. We'll talk about that next time. That's all the time we have left. Greta's next.